Hey AP, I'm going to go over some CPI formula information for you today. This information can be used on your worksheet that you have to do in the packet. CPI, this can be used to convert prices from now into the past, or vice versa. You can take prices from then and convert them into today and see kind of in real terms somewhat. You can kind of compare them. For example, we can look at what I paid for gas when I was in high school and put in today's prices to compare and see what you're paying now compared to what I was paying then in common kind of real terms. So this is kind of how I break down the formula in order to make it easier on you. So when you take a look, CPI stands for Consumer Price Index. It's a mathematical index that goes through and figures out inflation and what has happened over the past so many years. You can go and you can look it up from 1913 all the way to present, what the index number was for those days. So if you take a look, this is the formula that I want you to use when you're doing the different problems in the packet. So what I really do is, what if you have the CPI and you have the price from a year, you can plug those in as the base. So if I say we want to know in today's money, so let's say 2019, 2020, how much gas would be today compared to a dollar back when I was in high school when I paid for it. Okay, when you're taking a look at, okay, in today in 2020 or 2019, that means the measuring year is 2019, 2020. So you're going to put that CPI up top here. So if you take a look at the example problem I have down here with gasoline, back in 2019 or in 2019 right now, the CPI is 258. So since we're looking for 2019, how much gas would be, we're going to take the CPI of 258 and put it on top. Now, we know what the base CPI is and what the base price is. I told you that I paid a dollar back in 1990 on average for gas back when I was a junior, senior in high school. And we would plug that in right there because we know what that price is. And then, of course, we look up and find out what the CPI was for 1990 and we put it down here. So remember, we don't know this number yet. This is the number we're trying to figure out. So what we would do is take 258, divide 128 into 258, times it by a dollar. And of course the answer is $2.01. So back when I was in high school and I was paying a dollar a gallon, in comparison, that would be you paying $2.01 today. And I drove by the gas station the other day and it was $1.99 at one gas station. So that means that you're getting a better deal than I was when I was paying a dollar based off inflation, based off of what prices have done over the last 20 plus years. So use this formula to go through and figure out some problems. Now, we could do the opposite, okay? We could go ahead and we could say gas today, what would it be equivalent to back in that day? So we could take the $1.99 and put it right here, okay? Take the CPI for now, since our base price is going to be the $1.99, put the 258 on bottom, okay? Put the dollar or 128 on top, and then we could convert it back and see how much gas today paying $1.99 would be back in 1990. And it would probably be somewhere around 98 or 99 cents, meaning that you're getting a better deal, okay, than I was back then. All right, let's go ahead and do one more problem just to make sure you understand this. So I could go ahead and say, $1 million. Okay, what would $1 million be back in 1913? So since we already know this right here, the $1 million, we're going to plug it in right here. That's going to be our base, okay, amount of money. Then what we're going to do is, since we know that's our base money, we know that we have to put 1913's, 2019, because I have the 2019 CPI. So in 2019, okay, $1 million, what would it be equivalent to back in 1913? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put the 258 up here. I'm going to go ahead and grab my packet and figure out how much 1913's CPI is. I sure probably had this ready for you. Hold on. Let me look it up in the packet, because in the packet you have a chart that goes through and shows all these. Well, I hope everything's going well for your quarantine at home. Hopefully you're staying away from people, not getting any germs or having any issues. All right. I guess I can't find it. Too many pages in this packet, I guess. All right, here we go. So 1913, the CPI was 9.8. Then, of course, you can sit there and do the math and divide 258 into 9.8, times it by a million, and it's going to end up being $40-some thousand, since I don't have my calculator on me right now. But that's how you'd set it up, because you want to know in 1913 how much money that would be. Okay, so of course you start with this always here. I always start here and I say in 1913, I want to know what $1 million in today will be in 1913. So that's the answer I need to get. So I take that 1913, put the 1913 CPI up here. Okay, then I take the other information, the year that we're trying to compare it to, and put it in here. All right, hopefully that helps.